When's the next game? Oh, the next game's on Sunday at 8 o'clock versus Palmeiras. What are we saying? What are we saying? Little 2-2 Brazilian cheeky scout along mission there. Sunday night after the City game. Palmeiras versus Flamengo. Oi. Oi, oi, oi. That is tasty, that, isn't it? I can't lie. Oh, that's tasty, mates.
Bro, that wasn't even the one I wanted to play, you know.
Oh.
It's coming. It's coming. Don't worry. It's coming. It's coming. Now I can hear you in my background. 1 second. What's going on here? It's all gone pear-shaped here, mate.
Ah.
Mate,
he's having a stinker, boys.
Trying to drop you in the mud, and I dropped myself in it. It's all right. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna bounce back from this real quick. Pause. See, I'm dropping myself in it. What are you saying, LB? Anything you say is just clippable. Do you know that at this point?
Yeah, I think so.
Bit like Saeed and a bit like fucking what's his name? Who was it the other night? Goldbridge. You see that when Tottenham scored?
Nah, I didn't see it, bro.
Oh, you've not seen it, mate. Here,
goal. Nah. Fucking goal. You're a bunch of absolute cretins. That fucking goalkeeper! You may as well have the Statue of Liberty in goal! Absolute idiot! He is like concrete! You may as well have a concrete cock in goal! Absolute twat! What? It's just a crap goal! What a stupid team! Absolute twats! And what happens? What does it come from? Bruno trying a fucking hero ball. Ahmad trying a hero shot. It's the same old story all the bloody time. Same mistakes all season. Can't play patiently. Can't play as a team. Let's try and do the hero ball. And then lo and behold, a mistake happens at the fucking back. I mean, look at him. He's like the Statue of Liberty. He is stood there like that. Bloody concrete. I'd rather have a bloody dildo in goal. At least it moves. What's he doing? What's he doing?
I don't remember Onana being at fault for that goal.
Mate, do you know what? The minute it went in, I was like, was that his fault? Yeah, you know what? If that was our keeper, we wouldn't be happy with him. It was mad. It was mad. He was in the back of his. He was like behind the line, and he was just mad slow trying to react to it. But I do think, do you know what? I actually think the ball in was a fucking horrible ball to deal with. The way they whipped the ball in. But beautiful day, wasn't it? Fucking lovely.
Mate, as someone said, was that the best day of City's season this year? Name me a better day we've had this season.
I was going to say, when I started this channel, I said, I don't want to do fucking rubbing it in rivals' faces, right? And then in the last month, I've done an Arsenal fucking celebration of them going out of the Champions League. And then I did a whole stream on cooking United. But yeah, I guess that sums up our season, innit? Really and truly.
Yeah, it's our best. Honestly, bro, it's the best day we've had this year as a City fan, man.
I do think it is. It's been and the thing is for me, I said this to you on Tuesday on your channel, that the way I felt on Saturday night, I was saying to everyone, oh, you think this is bad? You think this is bad losing the cup final? Wait till Wednesday night when fucking we might not have Champions League football, them not win a trophy and get Champions League football. And now, all of a sudden like that, bro, it's got to the point where Kunle summed it up this morning. United fans, they don't know. They just don't know anymore. Like, they don't know whether they want Amorim to stay or go. They don't know whether to trust Ineos or not. They're just they're fucked. They're fucked.
Yeah, no, I know. If they would have got Champions League, though, it would have been crazy. Apparently, they've just announced another. This is obviously laughing because these people losing their jobs. Obviously, Manchester people losing their jobs there, but they just announced another 200 job losses in Manchester for United staff, and that's not something to banter, by the way, because that's obviously that's people from Manchester, people with jobs. But yeah, they've just cut another 200 jobs.
Yeah,
So they are fucked, mate. Apparently, they have 100 million. That's it in the summer.
The thing is, like, their whole transfer window was based on getting Champions League football. And I was actually saying this yesterday with Sheikh, that there is relevance to why we haven't got any business. Like, it looks like Liverpool are pressing on and getting shitloads of business done. We're at a point where we've got so many uncertainties at the moment that it would be a bit difficult for us to do business because we don't know what football we're offering players yet. Like and also we don't know what money we've got coming in next season, because it's a huge difference. If we get Champions League football straight away, that's an extra 100 million, right, or something like that.
Yeah, so it depends on the target. So players like Tijani Reijnders, I don't really think it matters where we're playing, if it's Europa League or Champions League, because he's not in Europe anyway.
No, he's not in Europe at all. But still, if he does have anyone else, and these are the things that we don't see
competition-wise,
might have other people going for it. Yeah. And even with balancing the books, that like someone in accounts will be saying to fucking, the sporting director and whatever, hold on, you ain't spending no money till we know what the books are going to look like. Yeah. And possibly. And that is just the way business is. Like,
yeah, possibly. Yeah. And I think as well, like, I still think we don't fully know what our priorities are in terms of signings, because if you speak to some City fans, and I'm going to hear what you say on this one as well. And obviously a lot of the chat probably just come over from mine. So, but feel free to watch it.
Shout to everyone that's come over.
Yeah. What positions in this squad do you think is the priority? Is it the Kevin De Bruyne replacement 10? Is it the treble winning Gundogan, the 8? Is it the left back? Is it a right back? Obviously, goalkeeper, we know we got to do the goalkeeper. I'm talking about outfield.
Yeah.
Is it a winger? For you, if City come to you, Daps, and said, right, Daps, we can only sign one player this year, unfortunately. What position would you sign?
And it would be an 8.
An 8. See,
you know what? I'd probably say Reijnders is probably pretty spot on. If we could only get one, it'd probably be an 8, because I do think we have got 10s. Like, we've got a lot of uncertainty around the 10s, but we have got Foden, we have got Echeverri, we have got Marmoush who can play there. Currently at this point, we have got McAtee who can kind of play there. We've got a lot of players that can play there. And we saw what the preseason did to Gundogan, De Bruyne, and Bernardo as far as the drop off, right, from age. Probably that is probably relevant when you don't play football for X amount of time. The older you are, the fucking longer it takes you to get back into it. We definitely need 8s for me. I think it's like. I think you and I are probably the same. After watching that Palace game, sorry, not the Palace game, the Bournemouth game, and watching City for the last 2 months, I think we're going to go. I think we're not going to have as much reliance on wingers. I think it's going to be fullback.
Yeah. Well, you're right, because the harsh reality of it is our wingers are not good enough.
Yeah, and do you know another harsh reality, I think, as well, that maybe at this point in football, are there wingers that are good enough to play without an out winger?
Well, there probably are a couple. They've been.
One that went to PSG, but
him. Rodrigo's available.
Yeah.
If you believe it, but the facts are, is if you're gonna rely on your wingers to be a major component of this team. So you look at the Centurions. We had Sterling and Sane. Yeah, they were a key component. If you look at the treble year, maybe we relied on them slightly less, but Grealish in that year and Mahrez and Bernardo Silva that year were great.
Yeah.
The truth is, Doku and Savio are nowhere near them, and that's just the facts. So if you are going to rely on wingers, you've got 2 options: 1, buy new wingers, which is going to cost a lot of money, or 2, hope and pray that Doku, Savio, and obviously Bob coming back into the fold can get a lot better next year. Otherwise, you've got to change strategy completely.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do, mate.
Go to a system that doesn't rely on wingers, which is, I think, is what we should do.
I think, right, if you look at the results we've got over the last, I'm going to say, I don't know how many weeks, I'll say 8 weeks, right? It's been playing with, with Doku and Savio a bit less and O'Reilly and Nunes getting further forward. And then if you put in a more active midfield, well, firstly, straight away, you're putting Rodri in there, right? Then you're putting some more legs, Reijnders and let's say Morgan Gibbs-White. And then we go and get fullbacks as well. I think, I've said this all along, I wanted Verts. Why? Because I think Verts is an upgrade on what we have, right? If we cut, and I think you and I did a show on your channel, and we said, if we can upgrade our 10, we will upgrade our 10, right? If not, go and get me 2 8s. Yeah. Just go and get me 2 fucking decent 8s, because and that's where we are. Yeah. And then we have got enough 10s to play about with, like, because if we were to go and get another 10, then what does that mean for Foden? What does that mean for Etcheverry? What does that mean for Marmoush? What does that mean for a lot of players? So yeah, I don't know. Look, if we can get Rodrigo, go and get fucking Rodrigo. But then if we do get Rodrigo, what does that mean for Marmoush?
Well, yeah, I mean, that probably means that Marmoush either gets played in a proper 10 position or he gets put on the right like he was recently.
And I didn't like him on the right.
No, did I? No. Rubbish.
Yeah, I thought it was awful.
So listen, I think the winger conversation's dead anyway now, because I don't think we're going to sign one. I don't think we're going to get a winger. And to be honest with you, I think if the team goes the way I think it might go, which is fullbacks, I don't think Savio and Doku are going to be playing that many games.
I think they'll be like Plan C. Yeah,
Bob will. But this more suited to that.
Yeah, because this is a difference. You could play quite easily Haaland with Marmoush and Bob behind him, right? And then your fullbacks, and then, do you know what I mean? You could play Marmoush and Bob both behind Haaland. You couldn't play. I mean, Savio. Someone said maybe you could play Savio. I think Savio could invert a little bit. Doku, you could not play there. Not a chance in hell. No
funny enough, he has actually done that before at Newcastle away last season. Doku. He played him in a very central position. If you remember last year, he played Doku away at St James's Park.
Was that the 3-3? Was that last season?
I can't remember, chat. Was it last year, chat?
Was it not last season? Last season, I swear, Newcastle away was 3-3, where we went 1-0 up. Then they got.
It was the Bob goal.
Oh, nah, sorry. You're right. Yeah, I must be meaning the season before. Yeah. The Bob goal.
Oh, was it at home? Snoopy saying it was at home in the FA Cup. There was anyway, I know it was defo Newcastle, but against Newcastle, yeah, he played Doku in a central role, and he actually played really well.
3-3 treble season. Okay, my bad.
He played like Traore.
He played decent.
Yeah, he played decent. Now, whether that's a long-term strategy, I don't know, but yeah, it's a bit mad. But yeah, Bob can play in the central area.
I think Bob's going to take off. Hopefully, we get.
But then
to see
again,
a
though,
bit of Bob in the
people tell
pre-season.
me all the time that they reckon Doku's a bench player anyway. So if that is true, then people shouldn't be moaning, because that's what it'll be.
Yeah, true. I mean, this is the thing. I mean, people are telling me Doku might go, but I just can't see it with the amount of other players that realistically might go. Shout out to JTI saying, smash the likes up, people. Appreciate the super chat, bro. Yeah, please make sure you are getting the likes up. We are on, what we on? We are on 120 likes, not bad. If we could get that up to 150, 160, that would be good. Here's a clip I wanted to play, though, LB. I've got to play it. You must know which one I'm going to play.
I think so, yeah. I can't lie. Shop anywhere else, LB. Bro! Yo, listen. If you want a premium steak, mate, yeah, you go to the butchers or you go Waitrose, bro. And I'm sorry for saying, you're the butchers / Waitrose, mate. And you got that premium steak that we need, mate. Yeah, I don't want no fucking some hanging tough meat, mate. Yeah, pause. Yeah, we need to move on for this. Nah, I went down the wrong path there, boys. I can't lie. Oh no, we need to move on from that one. Get me out the meat shop right now. Get me out the meat shop right now. Nah, that went south real quick. That yeah, I know, boys. I know. Yo, chill. I went the wrong way, boys. I went the wrong way. Get me out of there. Take me to the fruit aisle. Oh, LB's getting fruity. What the hell? All right, guys, are going to smash these likes up, man. 900 people.
Well, it was the MB. Oh, he's getting fruity. Right. Let's talk on fullbacks though. Right. Do you think actually just quickly, Reijnders? I think we're going to get that and Morgan Gibbs-White over both.
Yeah, I agree. I think it would not surprise me if both of them signings are done before the Club World Cup.
Yeah, I think so. I think on the Forest one, it's a pretty impossible deal to do until after Sunday because we don't know where we are and they don't know where they are.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But
I think it gets done. I think it gets
done either way. But
I think Reijnders gets done first day of the transfer window. Gibbs-White probably gets done midway towards the end. But I'd put serious cash on both of them being at City before the Club World Cup.
They're the two that you think come in early doors.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. I think by the looks of it, it looks like Reijnders is very, very keen on City, and obviously Milan need the money.
And the price. I'm not. You know the Gibbs-White thing. Like I've seen the odd report that says, "Oh, Forest might want 100, Forest might want 90." So they might be
70 yesterday. You know, I saw
70. But that's more doable. With Reijnders, it's all 50 mil, 50 mil, 55 mil. It's like if that's true, I've not seen one report for Reijnders that has a price that I go, wow, that's expensive. All the reporting, all the prices goes, if that's true, City will pay that in it.
The 50 million for an 8 of his quality, it's mint. It's mint. And Morgan Gibbs-White, I literally think it will be able to get done and it will get done. But I think it's more just a case of because we don't know if we've got Champions League football. So probably ultimately we literally can't put a contract to him until we know if we've got Champions League football or not, because there will be bonuses based on that. And probably with Forest as well. Even with Forest, there will probably be bonuses based on how many games he plays in the Champions League. So all of that. But then it moves on to, for me after that, I mean, look, I don't know if you've seen this. Someone said to me earlier that Ederson potentially might sign a year extension.
I've seen a couple of rumours flying around, but listen, all I say on that one is I hope and pray that he wants to stay. But if he's staying, I want him to actually stay because he wants to be. Not because he spoke to Saudi and Saudi have said, "Oh, just give us one more year at City. We need to sort this out. So come in a year." I want a keeper in net that is 100% committed. Because for me, I think this has been Ederson's worst season in the City kit, right? And it's no surprise that it's come the year that apparently he wanted to leave. Maybe it's a concentration thing because he's thinking about somewhere else. You think he don't want to be here. He's not fully concentrated. And that goalkeeping position, especially for City, where you can be stood there for 20 minutes doing nothing and then bang, all of a sudden you got to make the save. It's all about concentration. So for me, if he's staying, great. But I only want him staying if he actually legitimately wants to stay. Otherwise, I think it's best for everyone if he just leaves.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with you on that, you know. So let's just tackle that first. If he does go, because the news has come out, Diogo Costa's signed a new contract. That
has he?
Well, that's pretty certain. Chat, confirm that for me, please. But 2-3 days ago, I'm sure 2-3 days ago, that was what I heard flying around. If someone in the chat confirm, hold on, let me see if I can find something. Diogo.
Yeah, someone in the chat. Is that true? I must have missed that.
I'm sure I saw it the other day.
I would have definitely done a stream on that if I would have seen that.
Yeah, do you know what? I can't. Can someone in the chat? I'm not fucking making this up, am I? See, he said he's right. He's saying till. Oh, is that all it is? Is that see? Yeah, right. So people are saying they heard it was fake now. All right, maybe that is it. See, I heard that he'd basically confirmed he wanted. Here it is. He wants to stay at Porto, but then someone's saying until the Club World Cup. Well, if it's why would he want to stay not signed?
Kerze's port wasn't an extension, but it was a video saying his commitment to the club.
Right. Okay. Right. Okay.
Fabian Delph did a video committing to fucking Villa, and then a week later he joined City, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, Delph was the best for me. Delph was
insane. They booked him over on that though, apparently, because Delph said when he recorded that video, apparently like City wasn't a thing, and then he recorded it. City then got involved. He told them that he wanted to go, They knew he wanted to go. They knew he was going to go, and they released the video anyway.
Yeah,
so I think that was a little bit naughty from the Villa.
We've rinsed Villa though. We've taken bare plays off of Villa.
That's why they hate us, man. If you speak to Villa fans don't like City, man. It's because we've rinsed them over the years. I think
Barry, Milner, Delph, Grealish.
Yeah, facts.
Before I put the super chat up, this super chat, see what João Neves said about City's KDB and Silva. What did he say?
He said that KDB is like top player and do wanted to play with him, but he went under. We definitely should have signed him, bro.
Yeah. Hey, what was your right? So now that the dust has settled with KDB, actually, did you get emotional the other day?
I didn't cry, but it was emotional.
I can't imagine seeing you cry ever, LB. You're too mank for that.
No, I didn't cry, but it was emotional, man. Listen, this guy for me is the best City player of all time. I've had him as best City player of all time now for about 2 or 3 years. So it's like a recent thing. Yeah,
so
I did a stream, with Steve, lads, me. I don't know if you was on it. You might have been on it. To be fair, it was on when I was on City Extra, and this was about 3 years ago. And I think I was the only person on the stream that said KDB. Fucking Steve said Surge.
Yeah,
has he changed since then? Or is he still saying Surge?
I think he probably would be Surge. I think he
was
would
Surge.
be. Yeah,
I remember him being Surge, right? And
the
fraud MCFC lads, who bearing in mind is about 13 years old. Yeah, he's not 13. He's 22. Yeah, said fucking. He said Colin Bell's the best City player of all time. You never fucking seen him play football. What are you talking about?
His dad put him up to that 100%.
Yeah, I said
100%.
If an unk wants to come on the channel, and tell me like Colin Bell, more do that. Come on and tell me and chat to me in it and tell me how good this player was and that, But I'm not having MCFC lads who's 20 years old.
I'm gonna pull him up on that. But that's the thing. If we're talking about all-time players, you know what? I'll leave a box for him and go, put Colin Bell in there for them lot. Like my dad fucking loved him, right? But my dad fucking weirdly, I remember my dad when I was a kid making me watch the fucking FA Cup final where Bert Troutman fucking broke his neck. And he was like, he loved Bert Troutman and Francis Lee. My dad proper loved Franny Lee. But there's a box for Colin Bell. But for me, it's always been David Silva, right? My favourite player is Vincent Kompany, right? My favourite of all time, just because he came before the dough, captain and all of that. But for me, it's David Silva. However, I always said, I'll have the conversation when KDB retires.
So what are you saying now?
Bro, I think it has to be KDB for me. I love David Silva. We missed him. This season, KDB would if we had David Silva this season, we would have been a lot better because he would have unpicked some of them fucking low blocks that we ain't got players with IQ to know how to do it anymore. But you look at everything that KDB did, I think it has to be KDB, has to be.
I agree. I think technically David Silva was incredible. And he was a top player. And would you prefer to watch David Silva over Kevin De Bruyne? Or would it still be Kevin De Bruyne?
Well, I'm weird.
For a full 90 minutes, I think I'd rather watch David Silva than Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah.
But for the actual, if we're talking actual quality and moments, Kevin De Bruyne is miles ahead of David Silva in that aspect.
Well, I can tell you, for me, David Silva, straight away, if someone says to me, what's the most beautiful bit of football you've seen from David Silva, I know what it was, right? It's the assist against Man United, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
I think the one against Wigan, though, where the guy rolled the ball back, then chipped it over the 2 players and then played the through ball to Sergio Aguero.
Yeah, see, all right. So I was going to say with David Silva, it's a clear one. Whereas straight away there are quite a few with David Silva as well. But I don't know, man. That's where I always say it. How we did not win everything with a midfield of Fernandinho, Yaya Toure, Kevin De Bruyne, and fucking David Silva. Yeah.
Well, if you think about it, under Pellegrini, we got to the Champions League final, didn't we? I don't think Kevin was there.
We got to the semi. Got to the
semi-final, and we was one deflected cross away and one post hit from Fernandinho away from getting to the final. Remember?
Yeah. I think that game in particular, though, against Real Madrid, we as a club weren't ready. Like
I always say this, right? So I was in the away end for that game, right? And we obviously the first game was 0-0, yeah.
Hold on, away end in Madrid.
Yeah, Madrid, yeah.
Oh right, I wasn't sure if you mean at home. I was thinking.
No. I was in the away end in
right.
Madrid for that game.
Yeah.
So the first game was 0-0. Then we went to Real Madrid, the Bernabeu for the second leg, semi-final. Pellegrini. It was like his first year. It was his first year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, first year, Pellegrini. And I'm telling you now, yeah.
Was it his first year?
I think it was his first year.
Might have been his second, I don't know. Anyway,
was it his first year, chat, or second year? It definitely wasn't his third year.
No, it definitely wasn't his third. I think it was his second,
Was it his second year?
Might
have
been
been
his second year.
Yeah, it was because Yaya was finished.
Yeah. And what's it called? And what's it called?
Weren't about
Negredo weren't about neither. Negredo, I think, had gone by then.
Yeah, so it was his second year, right? That second year, bro, that away end, bro, I'm telling you now, if you just put a random fan in that away end and said, like, talk to me, what's going on here? Do you reckon they'll be like, oh, what is it? A group stage game? Is it pre-season? Bro, no, I'm not talking about atmosphere. I'm talking about, like, I can't believe that. I look back now, like, I still can't believe that I was at a semi-final against
Real Madrid. We weren't ready, though.
We weren't ready.
We weren't ready.
No, I think we was all just happy to be there, man.
But it's a journey. It's a journey. This is what I've been saying this to Arsenal fans, that us winning the Champions League, and City did a documentary where it actually went through all of the years we've been in the Champions League and how we were getting closer. And we weren't ready. I will always say this: the season we won the Champions League, Leipzig away, in the last 16, where we ended up drawing 1-1. But before the game, when we were marching to the ground through Leipzig, we were all just looking at each other going, we're fucking winning this season. And it was just, it felt different at that point. And at that point, we weren't even fucking decent in the league. Like, we just lost to Tottenham. We just had 1-1-5 land. And we were going, but we're going to win. Something felt different in the Champions League. And I think it's, even the final against Chelsea, I don't think we were ready then. Because you look at that team, how that team didn't beat that Chelsea team is a bit mad.
Well,
but again,
Pep booked it in that game.
Look, Pep,
I agree that, like, I always say, and I always forget which game it is. And I tried to find the interview recently on a stream I did, and I can't find it. But after the home leg of either Real Madrid or Bayern Munich in that treble year, but Bernardo Silva come out after the game, did an interview, and he said that the team has realised this year that it's okay for the opposition to have the ball. We don't have to press them and constantly demand the ball. And at that moment, when I heard that, I was like, we're going to win the Champions League.
Yeah,
and I've never, ever once felt in a year that we are going to win it. Even when we got to the final against Chelsea, because actually it's funny enough, when Chelsea got Tuchel, I actually tipped Chelsea for the real talk. I tipped Chelsea to win that Champions League that year when they got Tuchel.
Yeah. Well, they beat us 3 times in about a month, didn't they?
Yeah, that was the one where Sergio did that stupid fucking penalty.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah. And then
but a lot of things that year went against us. Like they beat us 3 times, but we was winning, and then Sergio did that stupid penalty. If we would have won that game, we wouldn't have had the 3 losses, and would that have affected things? We also, Pep was trialing, and I tweeted about this like 2 months ago when Torres scored. Pep was trialing Torres as a striker, right? And it was doing all right. I thought it was working quite well.
Yeah.
And I think had João Cancelo not got sent off against Brighton, it would have been different, because that red card changed everything. Because João Cancelo got sent off against Brighton. That was about 4 or 5 games left of the season before the FA Cup final. And he took off when João Cancelo got sent off, he subbed off Torres to put on another defender. And never again after that game did we see Torres play as a striker.
Right, okay. Yeah,
so
I think Torres was decent as
He's a better striker than he was.
It was working with Torres. I'm pretty certain we were playing Torres through the middle. Then we were playing Gabriel Jesus on the right-hand side.
And Foden played on the left sometimes.
Yeah, and it was cooking. I thought it was working well. It never gets spoke about, and that is good to us, right? So, people will always talk about how Liverpool were 2 games away from doing a quadruple, Yeah, they were, And they'll always speak about that, right? Now, we never speak about the fact that we were 3 games off doing a quadruple, right? We don't speak about it because we still won the league. So ultimately, it's like, well, we ain't going to talk about doing this and that. We did a league and Carabao Cup double, right? But that season, we won the league. won the Carabao Cup, we got to the semi-final of the FA Cup, and we got to the final of the Champions League.
Yeah.
So if we would have won the semi-final and the final and won the final of the, but we never say it. But that season, we were 3 games away from doing a quadruple. We never speak on it because we don't need to. We did a double. But I just think, when Liverpool go on about it, it's like, but that's what happens when you go a long way in competitions. It's at the final hurdle that you always fall because it's one too many games. But man. So for me, I've got to say it probably is KDB now for me. And the other night just felt different. The send off for him and whatever.
I hope he goes Napoli, because if he goes Napoli, man, I'm gonna do some watch alongs of Napoli next year if he goes there.
The Napoli one's the one I want to see 100%. Hold on, let me just put this one up. Aaron saying, Daps, I just wanted to let you know that we, as your viewers, appreciate the time and effort that you go.
Oh, fuck off! Cook on me, bro.
To make a background for us to look at means a lot. Imagine if I was just if it was just a. Oh, is that you? Oi, I do like that you appreciate this. Appreciate the finer things. Yeah, look above LB. Yeah, this is for him. Look above LB. Look up.
Oh shit! No, I didn't even realize.
Yeah, bro, that's just for you. Just for you.
Oh, respect. Come on, man. Respect the goat that ain't Mahrez. You want to see this? Like, come on. Riyad Mahrez.
Do you know what though? Mahrez over this season's made me appreciate Mahrez so much more as well.
Bro, I'm sorry. You know what's great? Yeah, is obviously the chat knowing that I've been on this Mahrez hype thing now for many, many years. But since like this season, I think people have really, really realised just what a good player Mahrez was.
Yeah.
Having wingers that can't get goals and can't really get assists. Yeah. I think people now starting to think about Mahrez and go, because this is true from Blackjack in the chat. He was underappreciated at City.
He was
underappreciated. 100%.
I can tell you that for now. I underappreciated it.
I told everybody when he left, I said, this ain't good, boys. And then when we sold Palmer, who was for me, the replacement for Mahrez.
The perfect replacement.
The perfect replacement, for Mahrez. That was for me when I was just like, what are we doing here? Because we sold Mahrez, on my opinion, on the cheap. We sold him for 20, I think it was 25 million. I thought that was a stupid price.
But you know,
and then we sold Palmer, the perfect replacement. And I was like, what are we doing? And then we bought Doku.
Do you know with the Mahrez move though, Mahrez, all the players knew before fucking. So Mahrez told all the players in a group chat before he told fucking Pep. So it was one. I think Mahrez wanted to go. I guess the money turned him, and I guess probably the fact going. But
he got dropped for the final of the Champions League. He got dropped for the final of the FA Cup.
Yeah. Do you know what it was for me?
He got a hat trick in the semi-final.
Yeah. That was mad. Do you know what it was for me with Mahrez? Yeah, and it took me ages to fucking. I had two bees in my bonnet about him. Right, the first one was the season we did the domestic treble, the FA Cup final. So I stayed down in the Hilton right opposite, and City had their after party at the Hilton. So after the game, they all came back there, and they had this like area that no one could go in, and they just come to the side and sign autographs and whatever. But Mahrez had come out of there, sat in this canteen area of the hotel with a couple of his mates. And I'd come down to get some food, and I was just sat there watching him, right? And loads of City fans were coming over, going, "Hey, Riyad, can I have a autograph or can I have a picture?" And he just kept waving them away and going, "No, go, like no."
Yeah, but he wants to chill, innit?
I do get it, and I got over it. But at that point, I was sat there thinking, "Nah, you know what? This is the last day of the season. If you want to chill, stay in that area. You've come out. City fans are mad excited to see you." And the other thing that took me so long to get over, was the penalty miss against Liverpool when we could have fucking beat them. Bro, that one killed me because it was like, I know we beat Liverpool with fans out of the ground, but it would have been the one time we could beat them after COVID with fans in the ground, But this season, bro, is I think Mahrez last season. He was underrated.
Timeline though, bro. This year, man, there's been so much Mahrez prop on the Twitter timeline, on Instagram. I've been seeing so much fucking Mahrez stuff, and I'm loving it, man. I'm just retweeting it all. Comment on it all because it's just mint. It was, I can say for me, I think he's the best winger that's played for City in the modern era.
Hands down.
Yeah,
Hands
exactly.
down.
I always say Sterling has had a better individual season, of course. That'd be shameless to say otherwise. But as an
He
actual
wasn't a
winger,
better footballer. He wasn't
no,
a
he
better
was not a
footballer.
better footballer, nowhere near.
No way.
And
No way.
yeah, I think we let him go on the cheap, and then we sold the like-for-like replacement, and then bought Doku, who's a completely different player. So
Yeah.
we got that one wrong, didn't we, boys? But hey, we did a 4P and a treble, so we have to accept it L now and again. Is what it is.
The other thing with Mahrez, I don't know if I told you this story. One time, I think it was Brighton at home treble season, so it was round about October time, right? And I'd walked, so I left the ground bang on 90th minute, walked from the ground to Ducey Street, right? And I was just walking into my hotel, right? And this blacked out Audi, S3's pulled up, right? And three lads have jumped out, all blacked out tracksuits, And I'm telling you, this is what 15, 20 minutes after the game, because it's take the amount of time it's taken to walk from the Etihad to the city centre. And three lads have jumped out of this blacked out car. And at first I thought it was a robbery, bro. Like, and then the bird I was with goes, "Hold on, isn't that Riyad?" And then I've gone, and he's gone into the hotel we're going in. So I've gone in the main door, he's gone in the side door into Dakota, right? And I've looked up and gone, "Oh, fucking hell, it is." Anyway, went about my business for the rest of the night. That was at like 5:10, and I was thinking, fucking hell, how's he got from the Etihad to here, in that traffic in fucking 15 minutes? But anyway, next morning, I woke up and I was on the phone to Steve and saying, "Oh, yeah, I saw Riyad last night. He was coming into the hotel." And I'm looking out my window and the same fucking car's pulled up, right?
No way.
And Riyad and his two mates have come out wearing exactly the same clothes. This is like fucking 16 hours later. They've been in there all night.
No way.
And that was while his missus was pregnant.
Fucking hell. Riyad.
Not that I'm laughing at that. That isn't funny. And I'm sure
the game's the game, as he would say.
But right, let's move on. If the news is true and Costa is saying he's staying, what are you saying on? And Ederson does go. What are you saying on replacements?
I don't know. I think I just have to, at that point, I think I just got to trust the club that they know what they're doing in it, bro. Because it's a difficult one, the goalkeeper situation, isn't it? Because what do? You go and get this Chevalier guy, but apparently he's going Villa.
For real?
This morning. It come out this morning, didn't it, chat, that Villa agreed a bid or putting a bid in for Chevalier. Do you completely switch it up and go for a goalkeeper like a Donnarumma or try and get someone like that?
You asked me that the other day, didn't you, about...
Yeah, or do you go and get this Joan Garcia, as Jack says in the chat?
I'm seeing a lot of good stuff on him, What?
James
and go to Trafford.
Trafford is he's done a fantastic year, James Trafford, this season. Unbelievable season for Burnley.
Yeah.
Home which would massively help, but you can't get away from the fact that last year he was shocking.
Yeah.
He got dropped from Wirtz, bro.
So let's... If Ederson does go, which we think he does, right? I feel like if we allow Villa to get Chevalier and we allow Newcastle to get James Trafford, we might fucking... Well, you know what? I guess the club might have their target. Maybe I think that probably only leaves Garcia, right?
I hope and pray we don't fucking give Ortega the number one goalkeeper position. If we do that,
do you think we might?
I hope not.
What, give Ortega one and fucking bring in Martinez from Villa and give him second?
Yeah, I don't know, man. What's this? Then Daniel, Aston Villa approached Lille goalkeeper Lucas Chevalier.
That's Daniel. He's actually a Villa fan as well.
Oh, is he? Yeah, big up Daniel, man. Yeah, that's... Where's Martinez going then? Saudi?
Yeah, I don't know. Bro, imagine if Martinez goes to fucking Madrid, Atletico.
Nah, Martinez needs to go to Saudi.
They get Romero.
He's a World Cup winner. He's done everything now with Villa, like in terms of getting the Champions League. He's had enough now. Go and get the bag, my son. Go Saudi Arabia, innit?
Yeah, see, I see this one. Get both of them, get Chevalier and Garcia, but I just can't see that happening. I think Garcia at this point knows that, I mean, Yeah, he knows he's being touted as one of the top goalkeepers coming through. He ain't going to go nowhere and be second place, and I don't think Chevalier will either. Do you know what? I'm going to put this comment up because I know you've posted it so many times. Daps and LB, that clown Rudiger should have gotten red in both FA Cup semi-final and Champions League final. That's why Real Madrid bought him. They're Vardrid for a reason. Maybe. Let's not talk on referee decisions, but appreciate the comment. All right. Yeah, the keeper one. That's one that proper baffles me, because I guess there is a chance Ederson stays. If Ederson stays, does Ortega stay? Or do you think Ortega goes? If he's not doing next season as number one, do you think Ortega's gone?
Well, that's a problem, isn't it, with Ortega? Does he want to play number one football? Be a number one goalkeeper. If he does, he's got to leave City, mate. Unless we're going to
his age as well, because he's not young, is he, Ortega as well?
I think he's like 31, 32, isn't he? Is that 32?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, hold on.
And the thing is, I would imagine that Ortega's going to have a few clubs in Germany that want to bring him in as number one. So he might be tempted, isn't it?
Yeah, I see that.
He might be tempted.
See that comment?
Break-in via Fabrizio. Milan expect a bid next week within the range of 75 mil, 65 mil pounds. Yeah, chilling. That'll get done.
65's cool. Yeah, 65 will get done 100%.
Done deal.
65's lovely. All right, so let's move on to the fullbacks. That's the main thing I wanted to talk on because it's come out that City are keen on Livramento. How much do you read into that tweet, firstly? Because I think anyone would be keen on Livramento, right? But
well, I think, that if City are looking at Cambiaso 5 months ago, and Cambiaso can play left back and he can play right back.
Yeah.
That's now gone dead. Well, Livramento can play left back and right back. So I think, and I just spoke about this on my channel, if the higher the price for Cambiaso, the more you go, we might as well just go and get Livramento.
Yeah, true.
Because Cambiaso's 24, 25, right? Livramento's 22 and he's homegrown and he's Premier. So if you can get Cambiaso for 40 or 50 million, you might get Cambiaso. But if they go 55 or 60, which they were doing in January, you might as well go, well, for an extra 10 million, an extra 50, we can get Livramento, who can do the left back, he can do the right back, just like Cambiaso can. And he's 22, and he's homegrown, and he's Prem proven. So maybe City just gone, pause on the Cambiaso thing for now. Let's go and speak to Newcastle and see what they're saying about Livramento. And if there's a deal that can be done there, we might as well get him over Cambiaso. If we go to Newcastle and the deal can't be done, maybe we'll go back and get Cambiaso done.
Well, do you know another thing? By the way, for me, Livramento, if I could, well, I'm not going to say if there was anyone I could get as a fullback because I'd have to sit there and think about fullbacks abroad but Livramento would be one of my number one targets for me. I think Livramento has been fucking quality for Newcastle for 2 seasons now. Even last season, I know he wasn't playing as much last season, but every time he was playing, he looked mint. He cooked us a few times. Livramento, for me, I saw someone put this in the chat. Livramento is the type of link we want to be seeing. But could it be a coincidence that the week that we pulled out of Verts, which we all know it wasn't because, we didn't think he was going to cost that much. We did. We knew how much he was going to cost. But if you imagine, let's say we were going to spend 130 million on Verts, right? If we're now not getting Verts, we're getting Reijnders for 65. That's a lot of fucking extra money to put in players elsewhere. So all of a sudden, do you know what? Cambiaso is going to cost us 50, 55. All of a sudden, we've got an extra 60 million in the fucking budget because we're not going for Verts now. We're going for Reijnders. Then we can put that on the likes of Livramento and upgrade the fullbacks that we're getting. At that point, I'm kind of thinking, that would soften the not getting Verts blow, right? To get better fullbacks. Yeah, and you've got to get quality fullbacks in it. You know what I'm saying? We have to.
Because we have no fullbacks at this football club. So you got to go and get top level fullbacks. Who them top level fullbacks are? People got their own opinions on that.
So that's what I was going to say. So I think I put on the thumbnail. I think the ones I've gone with are Kerze. For me, I think Kerze ends up at Liverpool. but the 5 I think I put on there were Kerze, Nouri, Cambiaso, Livramento, and there was one more on there. Who was the other one on there?
Ait Nouri?
No, I said Nouri, Cambiaso, Livramento,
Kerze.
And there's one more. He was in. And fucking Wesley.
Oh, that Wesley guy.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not convinced on this Wesley. I haven't watched him, but I think it would be a risk. Whereas Livramento and Nouri, I don't think it's a risk because we've seen him in the.
Of course, it's a risk. I mean, people can't sit here and tell me that Echeverry's a risk. You know what I mean? And then say Wesley ain't a risk. Now, I know Wesley's played a lot more games than Echeverry in South America, but the facts are this guy's played like 90 games for Flamengo. He's played like 6,000 minutes or whatever, and had 2 caps for Brazil. And I'm not being funny. You know, normally when you watch YouTube compilations, you go, fucking hell, he's mint. I come away from the YouTube compilation thinking he looks like an average player, which is not ideal. We'll see. We'll see what he's like, this Wesley. If he's coming in to be a number 1 right back, it's a brave call. Very brave, but we'll have to see if it will.
Do you know what? It's so brave that I think it's too brave for City. I can't see City doing it, to be honest with you.
No.
So I was just having a quick look. Not LB, the other LB 1998, saying about Verts going to Liverpool. Do you think he goes to Liverpool, by the way?
That sounds of it. It looks like he might be, bro.
I'm convinced he isn't. But that's not me. I saw something this morning. Apparently, the real reason we pulled out is because he's decided where he's going. And
we got rejected, bro.
We 100%, but we definitely got rejected.
We got rejected.
I just can't.
Anyone that believes that story, man,
mental.
You really think that City have been speaking to Verts for the last 6 months, and then 1 week before the transfer window opens, go, oh, you know what? Actually, this is going to be a bit too much money. Like they didn't know that was going to be the case. He rejected us, and that's chill. Sometimes you get rejected. It's gutting, obviously, but like it is what it is. You have to move on and move on to your next targets.
And do you know what? This is what I'm saying, that if we don't get Verts, but we get Morgan Gibbs-White, and sorry, I'm kind of alongside Reijnders, us getting Reijnders has really softened the fucking Morgan Gibbs-White blow, because it now makes me look at that midfield and go, all right, yeah, that makes sense to me a bit more now. Especially then if we go and get 2 top class fullbacks, I think. Right, so who would you out of the fullbacks out there? Would you be going with Livramento as your number 1 target? Or would it be Nouri? I think you like Nouri, didn't you?
I do like Ait Nouri. I think I just feel that Ait Nouri has the potential to become like a world-class left-back in the next year or 2. Like, he's 23. That's young. And he's already proven. He gets mad GA at left-back. And I just feel that he's ready to step it up and improve even more. And if he improves any more, he's going to be an unbelievable left-back. And then, you could have him on the left, maybe get Livramento on the right. You could have something like that. I don't know, man. The problem is, where's the Kyle Walkers of this world?
Yeah.
You know, when we wanted a right back, it was easy.
Yeah, it was.
You had Kyle Walker, who'd been at Spurs for 8 years, top right back. We all knew he was great, English, homegrown, and more experienced than Livramento. He was further down the development line than Livramento. Livramento's still only 22. Walker was like 25 or something when we bought him, something like that, 26. So we knew that Walker was going to be class because he was already in class for so many years. Like, where is that guy? Where is? It's probably, and Walter's probably right. It's probably Hakimi from PSG. That is the facts.
Yeah. Oh God, I've just seen this fucking news. I'm in the mud. I'm royally in the mud. Fucking, I was telling Monts, you ain't getting Verts no matter what. They're getting Verts, isn't they? Have you seen it?
Yeah, they're getting Verts, bro. That's what I'm saying, isn't it? I think they're going to get him. That's incredible.
I still think Liverpool have got. I'm still going to fucking die on this hill. Liverpool are not going to get Verts over the line. I'm going to die on this fucking hill. They're not getting that deal over the line. And if they do, Fucking hell!
I think they're going to get him, bro. He's gone. He's gone big. Tagliafieri.
He's gone very big, bro. That
said,
tweet there is
Verts
fucking.
has told Bayern Munich he's joining Liverpool. Liverpool will now finalise the agreement. He's saying it's done, basically.
Right. So when people say disgrace from City, disgrace from us, right? We have to work before we put the club in the disgrace bracket. We have to look at right. We have not pulled it. Right. I don't think any of us believe that City have pulled out because of the cost. Yeah. I don't think any of us believe that.
In that tweet, he says he rejected City in that tweet, which is what I've been saying for the last 5 days when people have been telling me, no, we've not been rejected. Yeah, we have. And that's what he's saying.
I think we have been rejected.
And this is why I do not agree. Sorry, it's my opinion. Yeah. If you want to disagree, disagree. I don't care. It's my opinion. You have your opinion, my opinion. I don't think City should have put out that PR. I don't think it's helped anybody.
No, it hasn't at all.
All you've done is created an environment where people are now saying, why have City pulled out of a deal for Verts? That's ridiculous. And that is the correct thing to say if the PR is true. I just think they should have just come out and said it, man.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to word it in that way, but you could come out and let people know that he didn't fancy it. You know what I mean?
So if he's going Liverpool over City, yeah, and it's not because we pulled out of cost of money, why has he chose City over Liverpool, right? I mean, the first thing, the truth is, Champions League, they're the champions of England, right? That's the first thing. Do you think Frimpong has got anything to do with this as well?
I mean, maybe. I mean, he's been with Frimpong for the last 3 or 4 years. Maybe it has, yeah.
Do you know why I think it might be a little bit, right? Is because when Verts did that interview that we all got a bit excited about, probably about a month ago, where he in a magazine where he said that, you know, I've got a lot of respect for players that go abroad and go out of their comfort zone. Yeah. It made me think Verts is a bit of a soppy cunt, right? Sorry. Yeah. That he's like, oh, so with him saying that he sees it as a big deal going outside of your comfort zone. The fact that he's now got Frimpong there is like, all right, I could work with this a little bit. I just don't know when we're saying City are a disgrace for this, how have City fumbled this? That's what I don't like. What has made, you know, what has made him want Liverpool?
Unless we didn't put the true, the only way we've messed this up is if we've not offered him the financial package or given him a good enough, like, you know, whatever.
You think it could be that? Ooh,
that's
financials.
Well, there was something that came out saying Liverpool have offered an astronomical offer to him. Maybe, but then again, City need to be paying it when they're paying out Haaland 500k a week. So no, I don't think so. I think at this moment, my current stance on this is that I think we've just got to hold the L. He's rejected us. Sometimes in life you get rejected.
Yep, I agree with you on that.
If City did pull out of the deal, then I think that is shocking from City if they pulled out the deal. But I don't think that's the case. I've said
I don't think so. I've seen a few people say that.
That's what this guy's saying. This guy's saying he's rejected us.
So, do you think, right? So, we always know, yeah, that when you're champions, everyone else is playing catch up, right?
Yeah.
But you still have to be buying as good as the people that are playing catch up, if not better, to keep you above them. We're now the team playing catch up. Liverpool look like they're going to get fucking their fullback targets, and they look like they're going to get a fucking new number 10, right? This has to be a rocket up our fucking board's arse.
I agree.
Otherwise,
I mean, let's be honest, yeah. Our transfers since the treble year have been shit. Yeah, we have declined massively from the treble year. And we all knew we was going to decline from the treble year, right? Because you just won the fucking treble. But the decline has been ridiculous. It's been far too big.
Yeah.
We've won 1 game in 14. We're still fighting on the last game of the season to get Champions League football. We still might be playing Europa League football next year. So I completely agree. This has to be a rocket up the arse of the board. They've got to now realise that we need better players.
Yeah.
And maybe some of our fans need to realise that some of these players ain't good enough, man. They ain't good enough. And that's why we're still fighting to get Champions League football and we're trophyless this season. It's because the players are not good enough. So we need better players. And hopefully, you know, the signing of Marmoush, she's good.
Yeah.
Kuzanov, slightly different, younger, a little bit more promising, but good player. But this summer, I don't want any project players this summer. I want proper players, Premier League proven players, or players that are proven in Europe and top players. I don't want to be seeing like 19-year-olds, you know what I mean, Savios, Dokus, these type of guys.
We can't, bro. We're at a point now where, look, I hate the fucking football terrace saying of scary, right? But I'm not going to lie to you. I'm looking at Liverpool next season thinking, fucking hell, with Verts, and if they get new, young, fresh Verts, Frimpong, Salah, Van Dijk still there. We're kind of looking at it going, I hope Salah and Van Dijk drop off. Because if they don't drop off, it's a long season.
Yeah.
We are, and we're paying catch up. And I fucking, David Ornstein tweet as well, apparently.
Liverpool given a huge boost. It's the same shit, basically.
Do you know one thing I do hope, right? I hope that we don't get the Liverpool fucking answer of what the deal is, and we actually get the truth of what the deal is. Because we know Liverpool Echo are going to probably tell us they paid 70 million and they're giving him 100 grand a week or something.
Well, right. Thatcher's saying it's 150 million.
They're paying 150. See, do you know what? This is what a club should be doing with De Bruyne going, yeah? This is the one season we really needed to go out and go, by any fucking means, we get Verts. The worst thing is that we fumbled it to the team we want to fucking compete with next season.
I know, but he's rejected us, so what can we do?
What? Who? Hold on. Are we putting this down to Khaldoon, right? Because Khaldoon's the fucker that had the meeting with him at the academy.
He put it down. You don't know, do you?
Khaldoon had his eyes on Trump and was thinking
don't know
about
why. Nobody knows why he's rejected us. He might not like the manager.
It could be they offered more. I tell you what,
he might look at the manager and go, "Am I going to be too controlled? I want to be playing expressive." Maybe Slot said to him, "If you come to Liverpool, mate, I'm going to give you a free roll. You can go wherever you want on the pitch." Maybe Pep said to him, "You're going to play in this little box here."
Yeah.
maybe Liverpool have offered him more money. Maybe 115's involved. Maybe there's loads of reasons why he might have rejected us. Unfortunately, we don't know why he's rejected us. But the fact is, he's rejected us. So we need to now hit that market hard, because I'm telling you now, Liverpool are moving mad. They've already signed a replacement for Trent, who I think is going to improve them. I actually do think he's going to improve them over Trent. They're now getting Verts. They're probably going to sign a striker, and they might sign a left winger, and they're probably going to sign a left back as well in Kerze. Like, the fact is, Liverpool have just won the league, and they are going to get even better and even stronger. We have to respond now in this transfer market. This football club needs to go out in this transfer market now, mate, and get some top-class players in. Reijnders is a good start, but we need more, and we need more now, because I'm telling you, bro, if we don't sign at least 4 or 5 players this summer, we're going to struggle, man. And I tell you what as well, not just on players, we need Rodri to get back to his best, and we need Foden back at his best. If we can get Rodri and Foden back to the best, adding 4 or 5 new starters, we've got a chance, man. But it's going to be tough, man. Liverpool are moving mad in this window. And we're not even spoke about Arsenal. If Arsenal get Gyökeres, Rodrigo and Zubimendi, is there a world in which is there a world where City go into the start of next season with the 3rd best starting 11?
Yeah.
I think there is.
Yeah. But I sat there thinking, like, up until, I would probably say for the last 2 months, I haven't even been thinking about next season, because I'm just thinking we need to fucking get Champions League football, right? But I've always kind of, before that, when I was thinking we're going to get Champions League football, I thought then we strengthen, and next season I'm confident that we could win the league again. I'm not going to lie, over the last couple of days, I'm sat there thinking, fucking hell, we're underdogs now. We're no longer, like, every season City favourites. I don't think we're going to next season favourites. With Liverpool getting fucking...
Well, I've always been of the opinion that whoever wins the title should be favourites for the next year. That's just the way I do it, If we can get Rodri and Foden back at it, I think that you might make an argument that City can be favourites, you know what I mean? But if we can't, if we start the season, Rodri's looking slow, which is high possibility, he's just done an ACL, and Foden's still not at it, you can't be saying City your favourites then.
No. I think something I'm thinking about does make sense, because I saw something the other day that said that because of the whole Verts situation, that Viana needs to sit down with Pep and work some things out, right? maybe because of the Verts thing, that is now why we're seeing Livramento targeted as the number one, because they're thinking we've got extra money in all the other positions. Now, I don't want to see no fucking shopping at Lidl or Aldi now or on fullbacks. We can't, man. We have to go right. Livramento, and whether it be Livramento, I'll be honest, I don't want Wesley. I'm sorry. If we're bringing him in maybe as a fucking loan out, or I don't want Wesley. I think it's too risky. I want Livramento, and I wouldn't mind Livramento and Nouri. I think they'd be my two favourites.
I think, honestly, Matt, I don't want to sound too dramatic or whatever, yeah, and it's just my opinion, but I think this summer will tell me where this club's heading over the next couple of years.
I agree with you.
I think, and I've said, and to be fair, chat, this isn't reactionary, is it? Because the people who watch me know I've been saying for a long time, I think this summer transfer window dictates our next 5 years of success or failure. I think if we don't get this transfer window right, I think we'll become a team that is more of a top four side. We might pick up the odd FA Cup, the Champions, the Carabao Cup or whatever. I'm not going to say we're going to win nothing, but winning Premier Leagues, winning Champions Leagues, if we don't get this transfer window right, I don't see it personally. That's why, for me, this summer has to be absolutely huge.
Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree with you. Look, the one saving grace is that... No, it's not a saving grace. I'm not even going to fucking say it. It's that all of a sudden, because the reason why I didn't think Liverpool were going to get this deal done is because it just doesn't seem like a Liverpool type deal. But I think our boards need to very, very quickly realise that our club, is not established enough as what's the best way? A massive club, right? Would you agree with that, LB? We're not established enough yet as being a fucking global force. Yeah, we've won one Champions League, right? At the moment, we're up there, but we're not established up there. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've got teams like Madrid, you've got teams like, I hate to say it, but them not over there that are now on the decline. Whereas we're still trying to establish ourselves up there permanently in like football royalty, right?
What are you saying? Are you saying that has an effect on pull of players?
Yeah. I do think it has an effect on pull, but I also think it has an effect on sustainability. And I think at the moment that if we don't get decisions right, like you said, I think we could quite easily drop off, right?
I don't think that the reason why we've been rejected is because of that.
You think it's money, don't you?
No, not necessarily. Bro, I think it might be Pep, bro. I'll be real. I think he don't want to play for Pep, man. That's my take. I think Slot's probably said, bro, I'll let you play midfield and you can have complete freedom. And Pep's probably said, you'll be in this area of the pitch,
in this tiny little right here. Yeah, and you've got to get the ball quickly.
Bro, some players just won't want to do that. Some players will. Some players will want to play for Pep and be in that system. Some players will want to be like, I want freedom. And I reckon that's probably maybe what he's done. It's either that or money, innit? Yeah, but you're telling me Manchester City can't compete with Liverpool on money? I don't see that. So maybe it's a Pep thing. Bro, I mean, let's be honest, yeah? Let's be honest. This guy had Rodri potentially playing as a CDM behind him. He had Haaland playing in front of him. So it's either money or he just doesn't want to play in that system.
Yeah.
I.e. play under Pep. That's it. You got to realise, guys, some players won't want to play for Pep Guardiola. Listen to how Henry speaks on PBS, bro. Henry fucking doesn't glaze the guy. I've heard Henry speak about Pep and sound proper negative on him and be like, the guy subbed me off after scoring a goal. He made me play out wide. I wanted to come in field and it was dead. You look at Grealish. If people think that every player wants to play for Pep Guardiola, it's I'll take. Some players don't want to play for him. You think Grealish is happy playing under Pep? You think Grealish is, other than winning trophies, you think Grealish has actually enjoyed playing for Pep Guardiola?
Nah, do you know what I saw?
He's probably hated every single fucking minute, other than the fact he's actually won shit and the wage packet. Why? Because the guy has been put out on the wing, His game's been hampered and he's been a dull football player for the last 4 years. Some players are just not going to want to play for him. That's just the facts. Is that the reason why he's not joined us? I don't know. Maybe it's the wage. Maybe he don't like Manchester. Maybe Caldoun said something he didn't like. I don't know.
Look, the thing is as well, you are right, because as an example, Reijnders has come out and said, I want to play under Pep. 100%, I want to play under Pep, yeah? Which is cool. So cool. He wants to play under Pep. He obviously thinks his style of football, perfect. That's exactly where I want to be. You're right. Verts might have looked at the way Pep plays football, looked and thought, nah, it's not for me. He could have also looked at the other options City have in that role and thought,
yeah, cool. Facts. He could have looked at it and go, well, if you're getting Reijnders and Rodri and Foden comes back, where am I going to play?
Yeah.
But we don't know. I'm just throwing out. There are a number of reasons. It could be Pep. It could be money. It could be we've already got players. It could be Manchester. It could be anything, right? But all of them are on the table until we actually find out why he rejected us. Yeah. If we ever find out.
Do you know what? Look, Verts choosing Liverpool over Man City would be massively embarrassing, though.
I think it is.
Do you know what, bro? It is, but at the same time, right, it is because of the fact that Liverpool struggled to get things over the line a lot, and the fact that they're going to bro, it's another one. It's like the Crystal Palace hadn't won a fuck me, that's a massive B. Right, go on. Why they always attack me in here? It's what it is, though. It's what it is. Look, like you said, LB, people sometimes get rejected. You just got to keep it moving. Right.
That's why I've not really lost my shit over it that much, because it's like, I'll lose my shit over it more if the PR is true.
Yeah.
As I've said before, because if the PR is true, then I think that's ridiculous. And that's why I don't agree with the PR. And I think City have made a mistake with that PR.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm glad this guy is coming out saying that we actually just got rejected, because I'm not a fan that doesn't understand that you're going to get sometimes you're going to get rejected. We got rejected for Bellingham, we got rejected for Rice, we got rejected for Verts, and what? We moved on. We still won titles. We won a treble, and fucking what? Yeah. But my thing is we've got to actually sign the player. So if the club are now telling me that they pulled out of the deal because of the finances, that's what I'm going to be annoyed.
Well, do you know what? You're spot on. I'm going to say this as it is with girls, right? That if you're a confident person and you just don't connect with a certain girl, you don't need to take that as rejection at all. Because if you're confident in yourself, you just say, yeah, we're not right for each other, innit? And that's fine. No problem. It's better that we're not together than we're together. But you just keep it moving. Coming out and making up a bullshit excuse going, I didn't want her anyway. It's kind of a bit like that's what we've done. We've gone, we weren't too keen on Verts.
And they could have glazed it as well.
Someone
said to me before, how could the club have done that? Just put the story out and say, City were not fully convinced on Verts' commitment to the football club or some shit like that, and feared that he might have wanted to go back to Bayern. They could have worded it in a way that was more chill. But I don't know, man. I just think City have massively messed up with that statement, because now you've got people in the chat, you got people on Twitter, you got people in the street saying, "Why the hell have City pulled out of this deal?" And you can't say that these people are idiots, because that's what the club is telling them.
Yeah. Big facts. Yep. Well, like I keep saying, we have to give this board the whole summer for me before we even start moaning about it. Well, in fact, no, we're all entitled to moan about it, but let's see how this whole window plays out. A few super chats to go through. 523 in here. Please make sure you're smashing that like button. The likes are on 232. Need to get them up a bit more, people. Let's get them up to like that 260, 270, please. LB's giving me his afternoon. Right, let's go through the super chats. First one from the professional the bot. You know what? I first came across Professional Idiot on your channel, LB. He always changes his fucking name, doesn't he? But he always changes his name. So he's now the thought bot. Mahrez was unappreciated by Pep. Well, he definitely unappreciates his dress sense. He was on form. He would get benched. Sterling, who was completely out of form and wasn't working. Big facts. Big facts. Is that did Mahrez get benched for Sterling in that Champions League final?
The Chelsea one?
Yeah, he didn't, did he? Someone got benched for... No, it's Foden that got benched for Sterling. Yeah, it's Foden. Foden got benched for Sterling.
I can't remember. Yeah. But he got benched in the treble final, and he got benched in the treble FA Cup final.
Yeah. Which...
Even though he scored the hat-trick in the semi-final. But he done that twice. He done that twice, Pep. Mahrez scored two hat-tricks in both games afterwards, got benched.
Mad. Fucking Pep. Bald fraud. Right, next one is from Piplup. Thank God we're not getting Verts. Now we can stop pretending they've actually watched him. There's better players out there. Much love.
Piplup prefers Morgan Gibbs-White, or what? You want Morgan Gibbs-White?
Is that who you want, Piplup?
Some people are now going to be like, Morgan Gibbs-White's better than Verts. We'll see, man.
We can't do that. We can't do that. That's shameless as shit as well.
I don't think you can do that.
No, you can't do that. Next one from Aaron. Bellingham, Rice, Verts. This ain't good, Bev.
Facts.
I put this one a lot worse than fuck. Do you know what? I put this one a lot worse than Bellingham and Rice, though, because I do actually think with the Rice one, there was an element of, because if you think where we were when we went in for Rice, and hindsight's a beautiful thing. If we look at it now, yeah, fuck me. If we would have got Rice, then this season would have been a lot better season. But at the point when we went in for Rice, it wasn't as important to us as it was to Arsenal. So I think City said, this is what we're going to pay. We're not going to pay no more than that, right? And I do generally think we walked away from the Rice one because of money. Again, Bellingham, I still think we weren't with Bellingham, it was Liverpool and Real Madrid. We were just an outside person showing a bit of interest. Whereas this one, let's be honest, I was fucking convinced we were getting Verts. So we fumbled this one. I can't even fucking hide it. We fumbled it. Piplup again saying, LB, who's this? Is LB there? Or is he playing FIFA? I think he's playing FIFA or something. Who's this? Semstein is the one for us, lads. Trust me. Who's Semstein? Is this an LB chat? I'm going to save this one for when LB gets back. Verts choosing LFC is embarrassing. What the fuck?
Who was that guy?
So Piplup just said, do you know who that is? Semstein is the one for us, lads. Trust me.
Never heard of him,
Hold
bro.
on, I'm going to have to Google him now.
Never heard of this guy.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let me share my screen quick. Here he is. 34 matches, 25 goals, 7 assists. Dutch footballer. What are we saying?
Never heard of this geezer in my life.
How much is he worth? 16 million. Bosh. There we go. 16 million. Who does he play for? SP International. Oh, no, that's his agent.
FC 20.
FC 20. Well, there we go. Fucking imagine that comes out. Appreciate the super chat. Fucking hell, I'll do my research on him now. No, stop sharing. Charges LB players are aware. Do you think this is a factor? Do you think it is?
It might be. This is what I'm saying. We don't know what the factors are, but what we know is that we've been rejected.
Yeah.
So you have to say, why did he reject us? The number of options, it's not that big. Charges, manager, system, players, money. That's it. That's literally all it can be. Or location. But if he's going to Liverpool, it's not going to be location.
Yeah, it can't be location. He'll probably end up living in fucking Cheshire anyway.
So there you go. Might be the charges, who knows?
Might be the manager. Yeah, I think you're right, LB. There's quite a few fucking reasons. So right, and finally, last super chat from Massam. How do you get rejected for number one targets every time? I mean, it's not every time, is it? But I hear what you're saying. I feel like this one's probably going to hurt me the most because I think it was the one that we needed the most. I think when we didn't even get rejected by Kane. That was the club not getting us. But this is the one that I think we really right now. It's the fact that one, we need him, and two, fucking they're getting him. It's just like a double whammy. By the way, would you go out and throw some money at Cherky as well?
Bro, do you want my honest opinion of where I'm at the moment?
What you done? You quitting?
I'm just like, fuck it. Yeah.
Very vibes.
Bro, I'm just kind of like, Kevin De Bruyne is leaving. Verts looks like he's going Liverpool. They've just won the league. They're strengthening like mad. We're missing our targets. Are we just go and get some player who can vibe out on the football pitch and give me some excitement, man? Like,
go and get Cherky.
If we're not gonna win trophies, yeah, I'll go and win the Premier League and win the Champions League. Go and get me some players that can get me off the seat. You know what I mean? Excite me. Not sideways pass. What's to finish third? If you're gonna finish third, innit, I'd rather do it by fucking being excited and enjoying the football rather than being boring. So Yeah, go and get Cherky. Why not, man? But people will tell me that he's a bit of a problem player or whatever, even though he's got 20 assists.
Well, bro, at this point, do you know what? I said it before probably said it in January. Yeah, about the January window. We had to pay more for players. Why? Because we fucked up in the summer. Unfortunately, to the board, if you fumbled this Verts bag, then you might have to take it. All right, cool. You're going to pay less for Cherky, but you get the risk that fucking he might have attitude problems. But that's what happens when you fumble the bag. I think for me, someone that, like you said, would excite me. Anyway, we're going to wrap it up here. Fucking watch this space. I would just hope that this is all right. We ain't getting Verts. This has to be the rocket up the board's ass. Let's get. Oh, actually, real quick, do you think we get it done, LB, on Sunday?
Yeah, I think we'll get it done.
Do you think we get it done, or do you think everyone else gets it done for us?
No, I think we get it done.
Or you think we win or draw as well?
Yeah,
I do as well.
If he plays the system that's been winning football matches, if he starts going back to the system in the FA Cup final or the system against Southampton in which we won none and scored none, if he does that, then yeah, don't be surprised if we lose the game. If he plays the system that has actually been working quite well for us and we've been playing quite well and winning football matches where Nunes plays right back, then yeah, we'll win or draw 100%.
Yeah. Right, people. One last super chat. Good way to end it as well. Verts got shook by Echi Messi. There we go. He saw the fucking... That probably makes sense because it came out Monday or Tuesday. He saw Echeverry get minutes against fucking Palace at Wembley and thought, nah, fuck that. I ain't going there. Makes perfect sense. There we go. City didn't fumble it. He got shook. They should have put that PR out. Anyway, LB, you got anything set up, by the way?
No. I just did my stream before this, bro, innit? So, yeah.
All right, well, and you're going live later, right?
Yeah, I'll probably go live later on.
Yeah, everyone, make sure you turn on those LB notification bells if you haven't already. He'll be live. We all watch him anyway, don't we? I'm going to find a few more clips of him. But we're out, and we will be back. I'll be back tomorrow. In fact, I'm going to be over on Wolfie's channel at 6 with all the other minions that are fighting for Champions League football. So I'll leave you with this.
I can't lie. Shop anywhere else, LB. Bro, yo, listen. If you want a premium steak, mate, yeah, you go to the butchers or you go Waitrose, bro. And I'm sorry for saying, you're the butchers / Waitrose, mate, and you got that premium steak that we need, mate. Yeah, I don't want no fucking some hanging tough meat, mate. Yeah, pause. Yeah, we need to move on for this. Nah.